cavolo di cutscene, poi salvo subito, e se crash ripartirò da quel momento, non mi interessa. Stupida connessione italiana. What we know now was Edna doing to you. Dove andiamo? Cioè, cosa facciamo?
Hey, it's my mom. Hey.
Don't talk to her. She could give us away.
Where is the DeLorean?
Where is the DeLorean anyway?
I had the wreck towed to my secret lab near Clayton Ravine.
Clayton Ravine, as in Clara Clayton?
Why is that significant?
Well, Clara's kind of supposed to be your wife, so yeah.
Fascinating.
Shouldn't we go help?
Once we go back and change history, none of this will ever happen.
I guess. What the heck was Edna doing to you back there?
C'è l'acqua quasi.
Trying to rebuild my personality from the ground up, erasing the parts she didn't like.
Harsh. All right, Dad. No offense, Your Honor, but why'd you marry Edna anyway? She's kind of crazy.
Yes, now. But back when we were first dating, her madness was tempered by an ironclad sense of right and wrong. At least, that's how it seemed to me at the time.
Mom, Dad, no!
They'll be fine. Once we repair the time stream, none of this will ever have happened.
I guess you're right.
Certo che ha ragione. E Doc ha sempre ragione.
Looks like the coast is clear.
Great. Let's go fix the DeLorean.
I'm afraid I'll have to do that without you, Martin.
What? Why?
Well, from what little I understand of time travel, if you help me rebuild the time machine, your presence in the repair efforts could cause some sort of temporal paradox after we return to 1931.
So what am I supposed to do? Just hang out here in Bizarro Hill Valley until you fix the time machine?
Exactly. But don't worry, if things work out according to plan.
Non mi ricordo cosa succede adesso. Non ho molta memoria.
Almost as confusing as the real Doc.
See? We're making progress already. See you soon, Martin.
Good luck, Your Honor.
Oh, and you might want to stay off the streets for a few seconds.
Stay off the street? Citizen Brown? Emmett?
Come faccio a...
He's not coming back, you know.
What are you talking about?
Emmett, without me to guide him, he's almost useless. Before I found him, he was a miserable failure who never finished anything. But with me to inspire him, look at what we've built.
Ammetta. You experiment things he's capable of doing without me, Doc, real wife.
Not the only inspiration of Doc's life, you know. In my timeline, he married one of the sweetest women of the night. Yeah, you've inspired him all right. Inspired him to turn Hill Valley into a bunch of uptight dorks.
I wouldn't expect a delinquent like you to understand.
You think you've inspired Doc? I'll have you know that without you, Emmett Brown is destined to build a time-traveling DeLorean and a flying time train.
Preposterous. Emmett couldn't even build a dog feeder without me to guide him.
Yeah, well, he did that, too. Okay, Your Honor. Starting to get a little concerned here.
Che poi alla fine questa linea temporale ce la ricorderemo tutti o solo io?
It worked! Ha-ha! 1 second I'm in the present, the next I'm 6 months in the past. Amazing!
6 months? It took you 6 months to repair the time machine?
6 months, my family fortune, and a sketchy deal with a gang of Libyan nationals. But it was all worth it for this moment.
Emmett? Don't do this. You need help.
Oh, blow it out of your exhaust, poor dear. Now that I've escaped into the past, your pack of divorce lawyers can't... Martin, how long have you been waiting for me?
A couple of minutes, maybe?
That's curious. I set the repair time circuits to arrive only a couple of
I
seconds
bug lì
after
dietro.
that. Oh, well, I'm sure there's no need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Here,
What's this?
clothes for our trip. We can't have you traipsing around 1931 in that ridiculous outfit.
Wait, our trip?
You didn't think I was going to let you erase the worst mistake of my life without my help, did you?
Fine, leave. I'll ruin you, Emmett! I run this town.
Tanto non ci sarà più questa città di merda.
Time circuit set for August 26, 1931. You ready to go, Your Honor?
Vostro onore. Chiamami Doc. Grande. Non me lo ricordavo. È sempre bello vedere il DeLorean lasciare le strisce di fuoco.
This is where I last saw him. You, teenage you. You were headed this way, arm in arm with Edna.
Oh, luckily, my erstwhile wife was never the type to kiss on the first date. If we work fast and stay focused, we can see to it that our relationship never moves beyond the hand-holding stage. Well, will you look at that? The old town theater.
Cool.
Very cool.
I haven't thought about this place in years. The missus made me tear it down back in '71. Said the movies were corrupting the younger generation. It was all nonsense, of course. I spent countless evenings here in my youth, and it never turned me into a hoodlum. Say, remember Public Enemy? Why, you dirty rat, no good yellow-bellied stool? Never did manage to see Frankenstein, though.
But you're going to. That's what we're here for, remember?
Right, of course. The film that was supposed to set off a chain reaction in my imagination, inspire me with a notion that would launch my scientific career.
You've still got no memory of what that notion was?
Well, how could I? It happened in the brain of a different Emmett Brown. An Emmett Brown now erased by the shifting sands of time. Luckily for us, I do know something about my own brain, having lived in it for the past 70-plus years. Once we get my younger self re-inspired by that movie, nothing will distract him from his proper... Great Scott, will you look at that?
The town square?
It's just like I remember it, only dirtier. Oh, the old courthouse.
Come on now, Doc, you need to... Go inside and check it out. First rule of time travel, Doc, never allow your other self to catch sight of you. It could cause reality to collapse or something.
You mean?
Right behind you. Don't peek. Go on. I'll let you know when you're gone. And don't forget, you're Carl Sagan.
The billions and billions guy?
The suspected arsonist.
Huh?
Just go with it.
Ok, prima di tutto salviamo adesso che possiamo. Ok. Ah, ok, c'è il salvataggio automatico. Quindi non sono andato per niente, vabbè, chi se ne frega.
Hey, you do show up at the oddest moments. Where have you been hiding?
Io mi chiamo Sonny.
Oh, you know, here and there, you're a little hard to pin down yourself. I went
Mi
looking
dà
for you
fastidio
last
che,
night,
che si scorda il mio nome, a me piaceva troppo. Hey, Sonny!
You know, I never really got a chance to thank you.
Well, I'm sure you would have escaped Kin on your own.
Yeah. Oh, sure, I'm grateful for that, but no, I'm talking about Edna. It's funny to think of now, but until that crisis, I actually thought Edna and I disliked one another. Imagine.
Yeah, well, we make a lot of mistakes when we're not seeing straight. The thing is, you shouldn't let Edna distract you from, the business at hand. Finishing your project for the expo and going to see Frankenstein.
Oh, pshaw. I'm far too busy for movies these days.
But,
And as for my project, it's practically done.
the rocket car?
The rocket car? Boy, are you out of date. I've junked the rocket car.
But,
More trouble than it's worth. I'll never figure out a propulsion system that does what I want it to do. And besides, its social utility is practically non-existent.
social utility?
Utilmente
So what do you care about?
socialmente utile, non so
Mental
parlare.
Alignment is a much more worthy project.
The what?
It was Edna's idea, and she's really been cracking the whip to get me to complete it in time for the expo.
Emmett, I'm a little confused here.
One day, only been on a day. One day.
Day, is it?
Why, it's opening day. The opening day of the expo. Which reminds me, I'd better skedaddle back to the lab. If Edna catches me dawdling, there'll be heck to pay. Catch you around, Callahan.
October 12th. Doc?
Oh, è obbligatorio guardare verso di là. Doc!
Come to figure it, it is a bit brisk for
Oh,
August.
we're 2 months late. The expo's about to start, and Teenage You is already in over his head with Edna.
I always did have a tendency to plunge into things.
Let's plunge into the DeLorean and get to the right date.
No, it's far too risky. Remember how I was late picking you up in '86?
Yeah?
After the minute tip-off, something is horribly wrong with the time circuits. The problem appears to be getting worse. If we try to jump now, we could find ourselves stranded in the Cenozoic age. Or worse, the Mesozoic.
Then we're stuck?
For the time being, I'll look into the problem and see what I can do. In the meantime, you can go to work on the other problem.
Right. I'll go to the lab and see if I can talk Teenage You out of...
Impossible. If young me is already as infatuated as you say, you're not going to be able to talk him out of anything. Believe me, I remember. Better to focus on a more clear-headed half of the couple.
Edna? Where can I find her?
Where do you think? I'll drive. The DeLorean should still function adequately as a means of conveyance in the first 3 dimensions.
Eccoci qui. Inaugurazione dell'Expo di Milano, non è vero.
You were right. There she is.
My soon-to-be ex-future wife is nothing if not predictable.
Do I really have to talk to her? I mean, couldn't I just hang out until you fix the time circuits and...
Oh,
I'll talk to her. You better get the DeLorean out of sight before someone...
Hey, you! Quit blocking the drive! All Car of the Future contestants need to report to the North Tent.
why not? Good luck!
Come nascondere una DeLorean? Yeah, auto del futuro. Devo parlare con Edna. Però prima vado di qua. E vedo se c'è Cuball. Non c'è ancora Cuball, ok. È per un trofeo.
Spell it B-R-O-W-N. It's not exactly an obscure name.
I still don't see it on the list. I'm sorry.
Oh, for the love... Let me try this one more time. This is the Hill Valley Science Expo, right?
First annual.
Indeed. The purpose of our fair is to showcase cutting-edge technology.
That's right. And to burnish Hill Valley's reputation as a forward-thinking community.
And yet, you want to exclude the maker of the most revolutionary breakthrough of all.
It's not that I want to, but... Oh, dear.
Mr. Callahan, you do pop up at the oddest times. What are you doing here?
You are never to future.
I need to...
Whatever it is, I hope you don't have to deal with Mr.
Comunque, loro se ne fregano sempre quando mi devo rispondere. Ti dovevo.
Accomplishing their business. Honestly, with him keeping the books, it's a wonder the Tannen gang got
Comunque,
his
mi dà
contract.
fastidio che non mi ricordavo come Sonny
You
Crockett.
seen Emmett?
No.
No.
Then you've heard all about his big breakthrough, the mental alignment meter. Isn't it exciting? And to think, he didn't even realize the import of his discovery until I pointed it out to him.
Questa versione di PS4 è altamente buggata.
So oblivious to his own potential.
Devo riportare quella di PS3 ma non posso.
And his potential.
Funny, I didn't spot it myself at first. In fact, for the longest time, I thought I didn't even like him.
Yeah. You know, those gut instincts are important. If you disliked him right off the bat.
Oh, but I didn't know him then.
Scusate,
Now I know
ecco
him
tutti i capelli stile Clementine.
Yeah, but...
I appreciate your concerns, Mr. Callahan, but I can take care of myself. I know what I'm looking for in a man, and it so happens Emmett fits the bill to a T. That's Emmett Brown. Rhymes with clown, which I'm beginning to think you are.
Just a simple mix-up, I'm sure.
I've no doubt of that.
Vabbè. Allora, cosa devo fare? Non me lo ricordo. Cosa devo fare?
The Brown place is on Riverside Drive. Way too far to go on foot. Wonder how Doc's coming with the DeLorean.
Giusto.
And?
She says she knows what she's looking for, and it's you.
But it can't be me. It wasn't me. Marty, we don't belong together.
You don't have to tell me that.
Find out exactly what her requirements are. I can almost guarantee you that I don't fit them.
Quindi non stavo attento.
You said that Emmett fits your bill of requirements for a man.
Yes?
What would that list be exactly?
You'd make a good reporter, Mr. Callahan. You know that? Well, his physical appearance, for one thing. Emmett may not be Clark Gable, but he cleans up surprisingly well. I gave him my grandfather's white suit to wear at the expo. Oh, you should see him in it. He looks positively radiant.
Looks good in a suit. Got it.
And he's completely devoted to me. That's important. I've got no time or tolerance for playboys.
Faithful as a Labrador. Check.
Thirdly, and most important,
Yes?
well, his mind, of course. It's brilliant, and it's virtuous through and through. His own mind map shows him to be a model citizen.
Good brain. I see. And if it turned out that you were mistaken about any of these qualities,
Say, what's your game?
just curious, just trying to understand the female mind.
Well, understand this. I'm not some faint-hearted girl who'd run away at the first hint of trouble. I've made a big investment in Emmett. Not money, but I've sunk all my ambitions into him. I'd have to be thoroughly disillusioned before I'd call it quits with Emmett. Got it?
Uh-huh.
Now, Mr. Cub Reporter, is there anything else?
What the heck is this mental alignment meter of Emmett's?
Oh, it's an absolutely revolutionary invention. Measures a person's affinities, what he's attracted to, what he's repulsed by, that sort of thing.
Interesting. And it really works?
Well, of course. What's the point of inventing something that doesn't work? Or anyway, it works well enough for my purposes.
Rather hard for me to picture Emmett as a chick magnet.
Chick magnet?
A guy who gets the girls, motors running.
Motors?
Who makes them, you know.
You mean a chic?
Yeah.
Well, it's a matter of taste, I suppose, but when he's properly pomaded and decked out in my grandfather's white suit, and it just glows. Makes my heart flutter a bit just to picture him.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
Trixie.
Hey, Audie. You see my Oriole?
You mean this?
Yeah, thanks.
She gets to come and go freely, and I'm forced to wait. I love it.
Pam, 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 pam.
To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who approach these hallowed halls, I bid thee welcome. To all who... Oh, hiya, kid. Say, aren't you the fellow who...
Got you to turn on Kid Tannen? You bet.
You look younger without your mustache. That was a dirty trick, you know, making me think Kid had gone and iced Artie.
I'm sorry, but it was the only way I could...
Ah, forget about it. I'm trying to. Yesterday's in the past. That's my motto. You gotta live for today.
Right.
So what are you doing down here anyway? Do you wish to pull the levers that control the future? At the expo, silly. Technology for a better tomorrow, and all that.
Oh, yeah, that's actually why I'm here. Listen, I've got a proposal for you. I have this friend, right?
No dice. I'm only seeing Artie now.
It's not like that. See, my friend's in a relationship with Edna Strickland.
Oh, poor schmuck. I wouldn't wish her on anyone.
Then you see where I'm coming from. He won't listen to reason, but I thought she might call it off if she thought he and you were, you know.
Ah, you are an evil imp, ain't ya?
Sometimes a guy's got to resort to underhanded tricks. What do you say?
Sorry.
Oh.
Edna might be a pill, but if I play dirty tricks on every dame who disapproves of me, well, I used to play a lot of dirty tricks. Besides, such stunts are beneath the dignity of Techne, Muse of Progress.
See you, Trixie.
From this chamber of wonders, we bid you a fond adieu.
La roba strana. Oh, mi sono incastrato. Ok. Doc.
Ah, good. You're back. Give me the full report.
She says she likes you because you've got a virtuous mind, you look good in a suit, and you're completely faithful to her.
Damn, she's got me dead to rights. Well, you'll just have to find a way to change her mind. I'll be here if you need any help. Do you need any help?
I suggested a little scheme to Trixie, but I don't know if she's going to go along with it.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No, no. After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
Va bene.
You figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possibly. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double-checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know. The time circuits.
Listen, I promise I won't take it to 88.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably. Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
It worked. Didn't it?
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't want to risk undoing any of the work we've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the part for a chronometric analyzer.
A what?
A diagnostic device. See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot!
Looks like you'll have to find another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
Non posso prendere niente dalla DeLorean?
I'm having trouble finding another set of wheels. You sure I can't?
Not till I finish running these tests. Perhaps an electric commuter train.
This is 1931, remember?
Oh, right. Well, I'm sure you'll find something.
course, our residents will want to venture forth into the fresh air occasionally. Agricultural adventures with us 50 years into the future for a get tired of waiting 1981. Nature to do her courtesy of Hal's Hardware and the collective imagination of mankind. And artificial reality are inevitable clue that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality. And Hal's Hardware remains the same as ever.
Non è per un trofeo, vabbè.
My future wouldn't be built so shoddily.
Hi, Miss Strickland. I was just...
Break what you like, Mr. Callahan. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I'd better go see what's keeping him.
I'll go check on him for you. I was just heading there anyway.
No, you weren't. The last thing he needs is another distraction at the 11th hour.
But...
Tut, tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair, but... Carl Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interest. You see...
Let's go somewhere where we can talk privately.
Go. I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Now that I've got my bitchin' train/skateboard, I don't need the DeLorean to get around town.
Ah, non posso prendere proprio niente. Non mi ricordo cosa devo fare con sto diamantuccio. Vediamo se lo posso dare a Trixie.
To all who approach these hallowed halls. What's cooking?
Ideas. Up here. See you, Trixie.
Don't be a stranger.
I don't have any reason to give a fake diamond to Trixie.
Ma...
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
Si va, signori. Stile 1931 con lo skateboard.
Emmett?
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the Expo. The authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, let's see, now what's next? Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah, she wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
No thanks are necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now. In love with the woman of my dreams. And a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
Ok.
I Don't Care by Trixie Trotter?
Edna doesn't approve of that sort of music, but I find it very soothing. Oh.
But I don't care. Ah, non me lo ricordo neanche un po'.
Hey, Emmett, I've got to go out for a while.
I thought Edna sent you to make sure I wasn't getting distracted.
Oh, you'll be fine.
No. Non volevo uscire.
Press button to experience Hill Valley's primeval past. Okay, if this dinosaur is called a Tanninosaurus, I'm gonna... Oh, whew.
Times may be hard, part in Hill Valley, but our
Lo
present
faccio solo
worries
perché così mi dà un trofeo,
may
forse.
significant when we ponder our Pleistocene past. Is the wolf knocking at your door? Be glad he's not a Tyrannosaurus, king of the ancient lizards. And if you find yourself drowning in debt, well, you could be drowning in something a whole lot stickier, like the Hill Valley tar pits. This peek into the distant past is brought to
Perché
you
non
by
posso
Lamont's
saltare?
House of Urban, reminding you fur is forever.
Press button to experience
No,
Hill
no, no,
Valley's
no, no.
primeval past. Furs donated by Lamont's House of Ermine. At least they're going to a good cause.
È attaccato.
Tar.
I fiori sono buggati.
Cooking.
Look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
The one who's going out with Edna Strickland? You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy.
I guess it would.
So,
I wouldn't do that to another girl unless I was good and mad at her. And besides, it might tarnish my image as a muse.
see you, Trixie.
Don't be a stranger.
I don't have any reason to give a fake diamond to Trixie.
Ah, ok, non serve equipaggiarlo. Torniamo
How's
lì.
it hanging, Emmett?
No time for small talk. I've got machines to tune and mind maps to sort.
Non ho time per una chiacchierata, come so parlare. No exit, quella roba lì in alto. No, non posso, bene.
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one. How does the mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you.
Hey,
The test subject wears this mind mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
uh-huh.
When I turn on the mind mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that?
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Layabout. Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
How goes the bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. I had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
Ew.
Ugh. Did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on. Oh, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
Ok, mi è venuto in mente cosa fare. Ah, questo gli dà fastidio, la musica gli piace. Questo gli piace, mi sembra.
What's this?
That's a can of used motor oil, rocket fuel waste, and assorted chemical sludge left over from my abandoned rocket car.
Gross.
Accounting doesn't enter into it, but it is disgusting. Would you mind disposing of it on your way out?
Sure. What's this?
The mind map cards from the dozens of subjects I've tested during the last few weeks.
La mappa mentale, mind map, credo.
Why?
Edna's got this grand scheme to catalog all of Hill Valley citizens by their mental alignment. Isn't that cute?
Not really. What's this typewriter do again?
During a mental alignment test, it takes messages from the mind map helmet and turns them into punch cards, like the one for Mr. Tannen over there.
Seems complicated.
Actually, it was all rather easy to put together, once Edna gave me the idea.
Sounds to me like you should be working on harder problems then.
What? Sorry, I've got to get back to work.
Nothing happened.
Well, that button advances the slides during the mind mapping test.
Dobbiamo far diventare rosso.
Ew.
Oh.
Ok. Ok. Meno male che c'è ancora l'odore. A me non mi aiuta per la maggior parte del tempo. Aspetta, questo devo vedere un attimo chi è. Ah, ok, Tannen. Tannen gli deve piacere, quindi questo.
Ah, that smells much better.
Poi un'altra cosa che gli piace è questa. Quindi insieme.
Ah, that's the stuff.
Quindi la foto di Tannen gli fa bene. Cambiamo. Questa non so se deve essere positivo o negativo. Foto. Sent looking child. Bene, deve essere negativissimo.
Ew.
E mi sembra che questo gli dovrebbe anche dare fastidio. Questa deve essere positiva, però. Ah, però la musica glielo riporta al giallo. E poi il profumo glielo riporta al verde. Per chi non capisce cosa sto facendo una mappa mentale di Emmet sbagliata. Che lo faccia sembrare negativo. Finito, a posto. Vediamo un po' com'è.
That's almost bad enough. I just need one more wrong answer to drive Emmett's mind map all the way down at Kid Tannen's level.
Ma va bene questo, devo per forza farlo. No, devo per forza farlo. Uff. Aspetta, prima facciamo questo. Che non me lo ricordo minimamente come si fa.
Hey Emmett, got a sec?
Why, yes. In fact, I've got several.
So, you and Edna, how serious are you guys?
Well, we both enjoy a good joke every now and then, but I'd say on the whole we're fairly serious people. Why do you ask?
No. What I mean is, how serious is your relationship?
Oh, well, as a scientist, I can't state this with 100% confidence, but I'm provisionally certain that I'm head over heels in love.
Really? With Edna?
What can I say? She's my muse. In the week since we've been courting, she's given me so many wonderful ideas.
What's with the new threads?
You like them?
You look like Colonel Sanders.
Who?
Never mind.
Edna gave them to me. She says my usual clothes don't have enough zing for a public exhibition.
You look busy. Why don't we talk later?
Sure thing.
Hey, Emmett, I've got a... Whoa! Whoops.
What the heck?
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Your suit's ruined. Edna's gonna be royally PO'd.
Wrong.
What?
When Edna gave me this suit, I realized that the probability of me keeping it clean was infinitesimally remote. So I spent a few hours whipping up this.
Whoa! What was that?
A chemical compound capable of wiping the grime off any surface.
Emmett, you'll make a fortune.
Not anytime soon, I'm afraid. Due to an inherent instability in its molecular makeup, after 12 hours, the cleanser's component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-shredding enzymes, rendering it unsuitable for commercial use.
Wait a minute. Does that mean your suit's gonna dissolve in 12 hours?
Hey, gods, no. The solution dissipates into the air after it's applied. But it does mean that after this batch of cleanser ages another 11 hours and 53 minutes, it would eat away this suit faster than 1,000 starving moths. And that would be a crisis of unimaginable proportions.
So io
Why?
posso fare.
Because this suit belongs to Edna's grandfather, who wore it on his wedding day. Poor guy was gunned down just a few years later.
Emmett?
Well, enough wool gathering. Back to work.
Ok, devo prendere quel coso.
Don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Non so quando lo metterà lì. Boh, intanto noi facciamo di nuovo la cosa qui. Purtroppo la dobbiamo rifare, ho sbagliato tasto.
This button only works while the mind map test is active.
Ok. Ah, già gli deve dare fastidio. Prossimo. Joe Whisk Booty. Non so chi sia.
Wait, I know that. That's John Wilkes Booth, the guy that shot Lincoln. So, I guess he's supposed to be a negative figure.
Ah, ok, il tipo che ha sparato a Lincoln. Gli deve piacere, quindi. Vai.
Careful. Don't let all the flavor escape.
Negativo, deve essere negativo. Adesso la userà. So io come fare, faccio 2 volte questo. Ok. Adesso annusa e gli sarà positivo, grande, così non devo fare niente. Ecco, adesso tornerà giallo, poi gli sarà il positivo l'odore, tornerà buono e girerò 2 volte la cosa dell'elettricità. Looking chilled. Che poi è Strickland, da bambino vestito da donna. Perché non avevano abbastanza vestiti, se vi ricordate nel primo episodio l'ha spiegato. Giallo e verde con l'odore. Dovrebbe essere Trixie comunque quella nella foto. Infatti. dovrebbe essere Diligent Criminal. Sì, ha funzionato.
I think your mind map test is broken.
Oh, well, that switch just keeps shorting out on me. No time to fix it now. I'll have to take care of it at the expo.
Looks like I'm not going to be doing any more mind maps. I guess I'll test this out and hope for the best.
Oh yeah, l'ho fatta. Diligent Criminal.
Bingo! Now Emmett's mind map is as bad as Tannen's. Now all I have to do is swap this out with Emmett's original mind map.
L'abbiamo fatto, che già si fa.
Will do him in.
E se devo solo sostituirla?
Holes on Emmett's new mind map line up perfectly with Kid's. I hope that means what I think it does. I should put it in the mental alignment meter to find out. Okay, Emmett. Get ready to meet the new you.
Hey!
What?
I almost left behind my mind map card. We're gonna show it off at the expo as a rare example of a model citizen. Edna kill me if I forgot that.
She might kill you anyway when she gets a look at that mind map. Once Emmett gets to the expo, I'll try to figure out how to get him to put his card in the mental alignment meter. But for now, I better concentrate on making Emmett a slob who cheats on his girlfriend. What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
It's not so good.
You look a little constipated.
What? Edna said I looked intense.
Yeah, intensely focused on taking it.
I get the picture. I'll have to find a better one. Unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from.
Heavy.
Extremely. Mother has been rather obsessive about photographically cataloging my life.
Ok, dov'è che ha messo? Dove ha messo? Qui? Sì.
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks, pal.
Mention it.
Tanto lo sappiamo entrambi che non lo faremo. No, è apparsa la qualità della connessione. Sembra insufficiente al momento per smettere il gioco.
Perfume bottle?
Yes. No. I mean, yes, it's a perfume bottle, but inside is a concentrated
Quindi
dose of my
crasheremo.
all-purpose cleanser. With a little luck, this should last me through the next 12 hours before its component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-destroying enzymes.
Clever.
Ok, freghiamo io.
What the hell is that?
What?
Sorry, I thought I saw a tarantula. So after 12 hours, your cleanser just
Esci, lo voglio risentire, che palle. Scusate, ok.
Battery acid? Don't be ridiculous. It merely turns into a brew of cloth-destroying enzymes capable of rotting away any fabric almost instantly. Battery acid, really? What is this, man?
Devo riuscire ad uscire. Exit. Perché si gira? Ok, ce l'ho fatta.
What?
I was just thinking about the future. All that talk about Edna's grandfather made me realize something.
Please let it be something about lightning.
Life can be short, sometimes brutally so. So why not seize the day and grab your happiness while you can?
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
I was saving this for next Valentine's Day, but why should I? I know what I want.
Emmett, no.
I'm gonna ask Edna to marry me. Right now.
No.
Oh, right. I'll wait until tonight at the expo. It'll be much more romantic that way. Just think. By this time tomorrow, Edna and I will be engaged
io voglio chiedere di
and
sposarla.
the toast of the scientific community. And I owe it all to you.
You're welcome.
Che cosa ho fatto? Ho rovinato la vita di Emmett. Quanto è schifoso lo sfondo dietro la porta. Si vede subito che è finto.
It'll be safe in there.
Ok.
Hey, Doc. Mr. Sagan.
Excuse me a moment, Miss Strickland. I've got her neutralized for the moment. How's the plan proceeding on your end?
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, what am I supposed to look for again?
A signal that it's done evaluating the time circuits. The analysis can take a while. Be sure to let me know when the light turns green, and I'll take her out for another test run.
Doc said to tell him when the light on his diagnostic thingy went green. Nope, no green light yet.
Non posso farvi andare di là. 2 più 2 fa che cosa vuoi? Ah. Io non so cantare.
I'm not sure why Trixie won a photo album of the Brown family.
What's cooking?
See you, Trixie.
Don't be a stranger.
Non so, non mi ricordo cosa dovrei fare. Tuzze, dai. Non mi ricordo le cose. Perché ho una memoria stretta delle cose.
Hammett's formula. Still as good as new. Never know when I might need to get some sticky substances out of some clothes. It's a good thing I did this before Emmett's 12-hour time limit, where the cleanser might have dissolved the fur. I already sprayed him. Let's slip out of those furs, shall we?
Ora gli posso dare almeno questo.
I don't have any reason to give furs to Trixie.
What's cooking?
So, who are you supposed to be?
Don't you know your Homer? I am Techne Muse of Progress. You can tell by the lightning bolts.
Must have slept through that class.
I'm supposed to be a goddess-like. I'm the one who inspires all the great men who make the discoveries. And women, too. Leave us not forget Madame Curie.
I never would. So, you work for the expo?
Yeah, ain't it a kick? I greet all the important guests. And on the final day, I get to bestow the golden sundial on the winning contestant.
Techne, Muse of Progress. Not a bad gig.
Artie got it for me. It's my entree into respectability.
So, Artie's working for the expo too, huh?
Oh, Artie's doing swell. The papers made a big deal of him testifying against Kid. People have been beating down his door ever since the trial. The expo's darn lucky they could get him.
What's Artie's job?
Oh, he's a real high muckety-muck at the expo. He's in charge of all the money, and the hiring and firing.
Hey, not bad.
You're telling me he's super respectable, too. It's a real relief for him to have a job where the boss never pulls a gun on him.
It's good to see that you and Artie are both doing okay.
We're more than okay. And if things keep going the way they're going, we may be more than just friends before you know it.
Well, don't get too serious too fast.
Nah, we're keeping things casual, for now.
Good. I'm sure Grandma will appreciate that. How's Kid's trial going?
Slowly. You know what they say. The wheels of justice grind slowly, but infinitely fine.
Except in Hill Valley, where they don't move at all.
What?
Nothing. It's just, something I heard once. So no regrets about turning him in?
None at all.
Guardate se non parla.
Known better than to take up with him in the first place. But what can I say? I was dumb. I let myself get taken in by his charm.
Charm? See you, Trixie.
Don't be a stranger.
I need to talk to you.
Excuse me, my dear. Yes?
It's about Edna.
Don't worry. She's not going anywhere right now.
That's good, but... She isn't starting to get under your skin, is she?
Heavens no. The memory of her older self wheeling me into the reconditioning chamber is just too strong. The younger version is decidedly more attractive, though.
On another subject...
Less distasteful, I hope.
Can I talk to you a minute, Miss Strickland?
Surely. Excuse us a moment.
It's like this. I found out about Trixie Trotter.
Yes?
Apparently they made her some sort of queen of the festival. Techne, the muse of progress.
They didn't. Well, they said this expo would give Hill Valley a reputation. I didn't realize this is what they meant.
What have you got against Trixie?
It's the idea of it. Allowing our city to be represented by a woman like that. I won't stand for it. As a socially conscious citizen, I demand you discharge that muse.
Trixie? What's wrong with her?
Oh, she's hardly qualified for an honorific post at a public event.
Look, lady, she fits the costume. She's an American citizen, and she managed to memorize all her lines. What more qualifications do you want?
Oh, these people are impossible.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
Posso passare per di qua? No, mi dà fastidio il fatto di non poter passare per di qua.
I need to talk to you.
Excuse me,
Not at all, Mr. Sagan. Take your time.
much obliged, Miss Strickland. Yes?
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, the light's gone green.
Wonderful. If the system's checked out, I should be able to take it for another test run. I've got to run a short errand, Miss Strickland. I suggest you think about what I've been saying.
Oh, I will.
When did you land this time?
9 hours and 37 minutes.
Ouch.
Frankly, it's starting to get a little difficult to avoid running into myself. Still, the time jump yielded some interesting new data on the Fox field. I'll run some more tests and we'll see what we find.
Doc's trip aged the formula a few hours. Not enough to turn it to acid, though.
Sì, va.
Damn it.
Harry,
What?
I'm at my wit's end. My portable anti-stick, anti-stain formula's disappeared.
Can't you make more?
There's no time.
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll turn up soon.
Good. There's no way in God...
I'd better not return it yet. I might need it to clean something. If only this stuff was several hours older, I could use it to dissolve Emmett's suit.
Non ho capito, credo che devo aspettare ancora di più. E devo far fare 2 viaggi, forse. Rischiamo di dovergli fare più viaggi. Ah, Cube è arrivato, ma non c'ho voglia di fare l'easter egg. Trofeo, mi viene sempre in mente easter egg.
Call me Edna.
I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No. After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, what am I supposed to look for again?
A signal that it's done evaluating the time circuits. The analysis can take a while. Be sure to let me know when the light turns green, and I'll take her out for another test run.
Hey, the light's green. That means Doc could take the DeLorean out again.
I'm sorry, Miss Strickland.
Call me Edna.
Basta, sempre la stessa cosa, dici.
Your chronometer's gone green again.
Excellent. Let's hope this time my test run is a success. I'm sorry to desert you again.
Yes, well, you've left me with plenty to think about.
Any luck this time?
Depends what you mean by luck. My arrival time was off again.
By how much?
8 hours this time. Gave me the chance to take in 3 showings of Frankenstein. Good movie. A bit implausible from a scientific perspective, but I could see how my younger self would have been mesmerized.
What about the DeLorean?
Oh, yes. I did get one critical piece of information. The chromium elements in my circuits became unstable during the temporal shift. I should replace them with titanium.
Great.
Now, unfortunately, titanium won't become commercially available till the Kroll process is perfected in 9 years.
9 years?
But there may be another solution. I'm going to fire up the chronometric analyzer again. Then, while I'm stalling it, you can... Uh-oh. Where did it go?
The lab.
You better get down there before she makes the situation impossible. I'll tend to the DeLorean.
Age to perfection.
Via. Steven.
Hey, Emmett, I'm back.
Oh, my.
You know, I thought you were coming down here to keep Emmett focused on his invention.
No, she is. But she's generously scheduled brief canoodling breaks every 45 minutes to keep my mind fresh.
Time's up, dear. Let's get back to work.
Shall we?
Now, Mr. Callahan, what can I do for you?
Mr. Sagan says he needs to talk to you back at the high school.
He does? Whatever for?
He says he's got a lead on the speakeasy arsonist.
He does he? Well, I'm not sure anyone cares about that old story anymore. But I suppose I could spare a few minutes in the service of solving a crime.
Will you be all right without me, sweetheart?
It'll be tough, but I think I'll muddle through.
Try to keep him focused. He's so easily distracted.
I wish. That doesn't need to be sprayed by fabric-destroying enzymes.
There it is. I've been looking all over for my portable anti-stick, anti-stain formula. Where'd you find it?
Out by the trash.
That's strange. I haven't been out there for hours. Oh, well.
Are you gonna spray your jacket? It's looking a little dusty.
Not until it's really dirty. This cleanser doesn't grow on trees, you know. Well, some of the ingredients grow on trees, but the rest are synthesized polycarbonate
Really
detergent
dirty?
blends.
I can do that. I'll wait until you're at the expo to show Edna what a suit-destroying slob you can be. Now all I have to do is set up Edna to think that Emmett's fooling around on her, and everything will be ready to go. Emmett?
What?
Your jacket's got a little,
No, no worries.
Don't you want to use the portable cleanser?
Oh, I'm not going to waste my portable supply until I'm out of the lab.
I guess I'll have to wait until you're at the expo then. I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Non ho capito se ha funzionato, non mi ricordo le
Don't want
cose.
to get that covered in any messy oil. So after 12 hours, your cleanser just kind of turns into battery acid?
Battery acid? Don't be ridiculous. It merely turns into a brew of cloth-destroying enzymes capable of rotting away any fabric almost instantly. Battery acid, really? What is this?
So after 12 hours, your cleanser just kind of...
No, non volevo rifarlo, porca H, perché non hanno fatto i salti per saltare, i tasti per saltare su questa versione.
Battery acid, really? What is this?
Ce faccio. Exit. Mamma mia, troppo pro. La gente comincia.
Doc! What's all the hustle and bustle?
It's almost time for the opening ceremony.
Oh, jeez, I better work fast. I think I got it all worked out. When it all comes together, Edna will think you're the worst guy in town. I just need a couple more pieces.
Well, don't go to too much trouble.
What do you mean? Oh. You got the time circuits fixed.
Not exactly. You see, I've been mulling things over, and in the timeline you're from.
The right timeline?
Yes. I've got a wife.
A great wife. Clara, and kids, and a dog, and a bitchin' time train, and
Edna? How does her story turn out? How does she end up?
Oh, well, Edna ends up... To be honest, she ends up kinda sad.
Sad?
She lives with some cats in a dinky little apartment, and she spends most of her time yelling out her window at people, and collecting newspapers, and living in the past.
I see. Perhaps we've been going about this problem the wrong way. Do we really have to completely obliterate my timeline so we can restore yours?
Doc?
Maybe we could have the best of both worlds. I could be with Edna, but it could be a little bit, more healthy.
Can you hear yourself? Do you know what you're saying? Let me remind you. She took over your life. She kept you from doing what you were meant to do, till there was nothing left of you but this hollow shell.
Maybe, but she only did it because she cared.
I don't believe this.
All I'm saying is, let's stop and take a breath. This elaborate plan to derail my younger self's love life, is the short-term misery worth the long-term gain? Maybe we can find a third way. One where everybody wins. What do you think?
No. I'm sorry, Doc. I can't go along with what you're saying. You don't belong with Edna.
So you're determined to break us up, in spite of my stated wishes?
Basically, yeah.
Then there's nothing left to say.
Where are you going?
Why should it matter to you? Aren't you planning on overriding me?
Stavolta non ritorna. Ora gli posso dare la roba.
I don't have any reason to give furs to
No, non posso fare niente.
What's cooking?
Look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
One who's going out with
Tanto so che mi dirà di no.
You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy.
I guess it would.
So,
I wouldn't do that to another girl unless I was good and mad at her. And besides, it might tarnish my image as a muse.
see you, Trixie.
Don't be a stranger.
Non so cosa devo fare. Ormai tutto è andato a puttane.
Why do you want to get Trixie fired?
One simply can't allow women like that to attain positions of respect in society. It creates a very bad precedent for the future.
Does it?
But try telling it to this poor sap. She's got him completely steamrolled. That's how they operate.
Is it?
Still, I could get her discharged if I had the goods on her. No doubt a woman like that has left a trail of scandal, and I'd find it if I were still a reporter. But I haven't got time to do the legwork now. I'm too busy with Emmett and his invention.
You wouldn't hesitate to get Trixie fired from her job?
If I have the goods on her. She's obviously got her
Mi stiracchi un po', ragazzi.
bamboozled. The only way to
Lo
snap
so
him
fare
out of
sempre
his
la
spell
stessa
is to show him
posizione.
something really shocking.
Oh, perché devo sbagliare di 5 secondi?
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
What's cooking?
Whose idea was it to put a science and
No,
technology
avevo
expo
letto
in Boom
Edna.
Valley?
Qual è la tua storia
All
con
these
Edna?
expo
Avevo
running
letto.
circuses.
Per questo ho
But I ain't seen a
cliccato.
single clown yet today.
Ok. Got a nice gig here.
Technique, Muse of Progress. Not a bad gig.
Artie got it for me. It's my entree into respectability.
Dai, sta sedia non si sta ferma, mi dà fastidio.
Look, my friend Emmett really needs help.
Non gli posso dire niente.
You're darn right he needs help.
I'm not asking you to actually seduce him. Just make her think that you two have a thing going. It'll drive her crazy. See you, Trixie.
Don't be a stranger.
Perché non posso
I don't
fare...
have any reason to give furs to Trixie. I'm not sure why Trixie want a photo album of the Brown family. I don't have any reason to give a fake
Anzi, lo sapete che non so cosa
Trixie.
devo fare adesso? Lo so. Tu hai Edna che Trixie fire. Read Trixie in the past. Cosa? Cuball. Allora è utile Cuball
It's
per
not
una
as
volta.
nice as my truck back in '86. Jeez, I hope I still have a truck back in '86. Hey, pal.
Oh, geez, this guy again.
Funny, I was gonna say the same thing.
Mm,
Will you be playing piano for Trixie later?
Nah,
Why not?
'cause little Miss Goody Two-Shoes thinks she's too respectable for cue ball these days.
You seem kind of angry about Trixie.
Angry. Listen, kid, me and Trixie go way back. I know stuff about her that even Kid doesn't know. Stuff that curl your socks.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And
Gli
now
si era
to see her
bagatellizzato,
flouncing
ih,
around the place,
così ha
looking
fatto.
like her stink don't smell, it just, well, it just cheeses me off, you know?
So what's so, toe curling about Trixie's past?
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you.
Oh, come on.
No.
Tell you what, I'll tell you something embarrassing about me first.
Like what?
Last year, I drove a train off a cliff.
Why'd you do that?
You know, now that I think about it, I'm not really sure. It's a long story.
All right, Junior, you win. That was pretty embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as this.
Is that Trixie?
Yep.
She's not wearing much.
No kidding. She did a lot of these artistic postcards a few years ago. I got a whole set of them.
Can I, have one?
I don't know. You ain't gonna do nothing bad with it, are you?
Hey, I promise. I'll only use it for the greater good.
Well, okay.
Hang loose, pal.
You talk funny, mister.
E ora cosa devo fare con questa?
I just want to make sure. Is this you on this postcard?
Yeah, that was my first photo shoot. You want me to autograph it?
That's okay.
Se la faccio vedere a qualcuno tipo Edna. Se riesco ad andare da Edna, ok. Magari si arrabbia, non lo so, non me lo ricordo.
You might want to take a look at this.
Why in the world would I be interested in... Oh, what have we here? Oh, sir! Mr. McFly! It appears your muse has been inspiring more than progress.
Trixie? Oh, no. What are you doing with a dirty postcard?
What is she doing in a dirty postcard? I swear, Mr. McFly, if that doesn't convince you that Trixie Trotter is unfit to represent Hill
I
Non ho
Valley...
fatto niente io.
you to lecture me about who I can or can't hire, Miss Strickland. Trixie's darn good at what she does. I don't care if she was once the winsome wench of Winnipeg. Her past doesn't matter to... Trixie?
What is it, Artie?
You know I don't like to pry, but what state did you grow up in?
Province, Manitoba. Why?
Not even an American.
See, darling, the charter specifically states that the Expo's hostess must be a U.S. citizen, so if you're really a Canadian...
I'm being fired? You're firing me?
I don't want to.
Here, take it back.
Well, I'm glad somebody's listening to reason.
Trevor si sarebbe arrabbiato. Lui è canadese.
Let's talk.
Dove sono io? Oddio, ero scomparso tipo.
Trixie?
I'll do it. I'll make that blue-nosed bitty eat her heart out.
That's great. I got it all planned out. When Emmett shows
But
up...
we gotta do it my way.
Huh?
I'm no good with improvising, and I ain't gonna memorize no lines. But I was in this play once. The Pollinate's Predicament. I figure I could lift a scene from that.
Okay.
Only, I need a few props.
Why am I not surprised?
Some furs, a big diamond. It doesn't have to be real, understand?
That makes it easier.
And something from this friend of yours, Emmett. Has he got a photo album?
I don't know. Probably.
Better bring it to me.
Furs, a diamond, and Emmett's photo album. And then?
Sit back and watch the fur fly.
Ok, finalmente.
Hey, Trixie. Are these furs good enough?
Well, they're a little ratty, but, they'll work. How about a diamond in the photo album?
I'll get them to you. Voila.
Say, pretty snazzy for a phony rock. Gimme. Keep that up, and I may take a real shine to ya.
I'd rather you take a fake shine to Emmett.
I'm working on it. Now bring me that photo album, and we'll be in business.
I brought Emmett's photo album
Ci ha
like you
preso
asked.
tutto mezz'ora fa.
See. Gee, he's not bad looking. In an egghead kind of way.
Remember, I don't want you seducing him for real.
I ain't a cradle robber, kiddo.
So, you got everything you need for your big scene?
Everything except for your friend.
Emmett Brown, redheaded guy about yay high. He'll be the one with Edna Strickland.
Not for long he won't.
Great.
Non mi ricordo quando ci prova con lui. Ah sì, adesso mi ricordo la scena. Me la ricordo.
He's here. Emmett's here.
Where?
Right over there.
Perfect. You go distract him, and I'll get ready for my grand entrance.
Dove faccio?
Hey, Emmett, what's keeping you?
Oh, hello, Harry. I guess
Io mi
I've
chiamo
got a lot to
Sommi, quando se lo ricorderà.
I'm about to play my big scene, you know. No telling how Edna's gonna react. Wish me luck. Oh, for Pete's sake.
You've, got something on your suit.
Oh, so I have. Anti-stain formula, work your magic.
Emmett!
Just in the nick of time. Step back now. We're gonna need a little space here.
Oh, aren't you a vision? Like something that descended from the heavens.
Abbiamo fatto tutto perfettamente, credo.
Elevated at the moment. There's something I've just got to ask you.
Wait, your tie's a bit crooked.
I've been holding it inside for weeks now, and I've simply got to get it off my chest.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
My grandfather's suit!
My formula.
Oh.
Look! Turn your head. I'll be right back, and we can try this all over
And
again.
it's Lathrop Brown!
Huh?
Trixie Trotter! How do you know this woman?
I don't. I mean, I listened to some of her records, and I may have taken a picture or two.
Gli stiamo rovinando la vita.
Go on. Deny to the world that you know me. Perhaps it is true, but I know you all too well.
What is going on here?
You rich boys are all alike. You think material possessions can compensate for a broken heart. Well, you can take back your furs and take back this gaudy diamond,
Ouch.
too. I don't need your expensive presents. I need you. And more importantly, little Emmett Jr. needs you.
Well,
Edna,
don't Edna me. Apparently you are not the man I took you for.
But I am, see? The mental alignment meter proves it. I am the man you fell in love with.
Let me see that card.
Mi dispiace, Emmett.
I should have known. A degenerate criminal.
What?
Get out of my sight! I never want to see you again!
That was rough, Emmett. I'm sorry you had to go through it, but things are gonna be okay. You and me can... Emmett?
That went off great, huh?
Yeah. Maybe too great.
Breaking up is hard to do. Mi abbiamo spezzato il cuore, vabbè, capita. Abbiamo sempre troppe responsabilità nei videogiochi, eh. Spacchiamo i cuori alla gente, spacchiamo i cuori alla gente.
Emmett!
Go away.
Come on! Where are you? I'm sorry
Look
you had to
up.
go through that
Look
scene at the
up, Marty.
expo. Things didn't work out the way you expected, but everything's gonna turn out okay. See, I know how this story turns out, and...
The story is over.
Stay there, Emmett. Don't throw away your future.
I don't have any future. They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but
I don't care.
They may or may not mean offense, but
I don't care.
Stop!
What are you doing up here?
Don't jump!
I wasn't gonna jump.
Then what do
This is
you...
where I come when I want to think,
Oh.
when I want to be alone.
Oh.
Dimmi di
What are
più.
you thinking about?
Can't you take a hint? I don't want you here. I don't need you.
You don't know what you need.
And you do?
As a matter of fact, yeah. You need...
Sicher geht da gut immer.
To get some perspective, think about it. All the people who have it even worse than you. For instance, Frankenstein's monster.
Frankenstein. I tell you that my very life force is drained away, and you want to talk about Hollywood monster movies.
It's a very inspirational monster movie. Especially the scene where they bring the monster to life. There's this big gurney that lifts him up into the air, and see, there's this wild storm going on, and lightning crashing everywhere. It's amazing. And you just gotta see it, Emmett. It'll change your life.
Look at my helmet. Which light is flashing?
Yellow.
Apathy. I don't care about movies. I don't care about anything anymore. And I never will.
Don't give me that. You care.
About inventing.
Still care about inventing things.
Inventing is overrated. 99% hype, 10% fraud. Name one invention that ever did anybody any good.
How about... The automobile was a great invention, right? You love cars.
Yes, and if there was anything in this miserable world worth illuminating.
The telephone. Think how that invention has revolutionized the whole world.
Yes, now a person can be rejected long distance.
Help me out here.
You're getting on my nerves, Callahan. At least you would be if I still cared about anything.
Me? Care about me, Doc.
You?
Yeah.
You did this to me.
Did what?
I was perfectly content drudging away in my dad's law office. You show up out of nowhere, get me all excited about inventing, and disappear. 2 months later, you show up again, you trick me into making a hero out of myself and getting involved with Edna Strickland. Then you appear a third time and pretend to be my friend just so you can yank the rug out from under me and send me sprawling into the dirt.
Okay, I can work with that.
I loathe you, Harry Callahan.
Io sono Sonny Crockett. No.
Marty. My name is Marty.
Oh, so everything you've told me's been a lie.
More or less.
Why? Why did you ruin my life?
I did it for your own good. L'ho fatto per il
Edna
tuo
was
bene.
no good for you. She was leading you down the wrong path.
I see. You had my best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Just like my father.
But there's more to it, see. Your father doesn't know your true path.
And you do?
Yes!
How is it that I could create a mental alignment meter and yet fail to realize that you are completely delusional? Oh, what does it matter? The world is absurd.
No, I know exactly what I'm doing. See, I know this may sound crazy, but you gotta listen. In 1985, you're gonna invent a time machine.
You're right. It sounds crazy.
I'm just trying to explain where I'm coming from. In 1985, you're gonna invent a time machine.
You're right. It sounds crazy.
Dai, non mi credo.
Just trying to explain where I'm coming from. Did it for fun.
You ruined my life for fun?
Yeah, that's how I get my kicks.
You bastard. All that time you spent building up my dreams, telling me I was going to be a great scientist.
Don't stop dreaming. You are going to be a great scientist.
Your flattery doesn't work anymore.
Your delusion.
Yeah, what a laugh. Dreams are only for people with guts enough to follow them.
You're saying I don't have guts?
You? Look at you.
What do you know? A person like you? You don't know the first thing about me. I have more dreams in my little finger than you'll ever have.
Hey, daydreams don't count.
Daydreams? That's what they said to Edison. That's what they said to Einstein. That's what they said to
Dr. Frankenstein?
Yeah, and look what they accomplished. I'm sick of people telling me what I can and can't do. First my father, then Edna, now you. Listen to me, good. From now on, I'm living my life my way. I'm taking my own advice and I'm following my own ideas. My ideas. Do you hear me? My ideas. Scott, I've got it.
Got what?
The solution. My invention. I know how to make it work.
Mental alignment meter?
No, my airborne personal transport device.
The rocket car?
Not rockets at all. That was my mistake. The basic idea was sound, but the propulsion system was unworkable. Lightning. The lightning. Suddenly the answer is clear. It came to me all at once. Like
a bolt of lightning?
Exactly. Static electricity. Super ionized static
È un genio questo Great Scott. Che poi per chi non lo sapesse nel primo film lo traducono come bontà divina in italiano, solo negli altri due lo traducono come grande Giove.
Let's get the hell out of here before anything else happens.
What?
I said, let's get out of here before anything... I can't swing on it while it's still attached to the statue.
Devo prendere il coso. Emmett!
Hey, Emmett! What? I guess he can't hear me from down here.
Mi serve qualcosa.
Emmett's helmet. I don't think he needs it now.
Posso slegare?
It's not going anywhere.
Ma non ho la cosa acidosa.
I can't undo the knot. It's not going anywhere.
Ok, qui non riesco a farlo. Devo risalire per di qua, che palle.
Hold on!
I wasn't planning on doing anything else.
Emmett!
What?
I'm
Sorry I
sorry.
had to get you so upset. See, I figured you needed to...
Forget it! This isn't the time for long-winded explanations.
I'll help you finish your new invention.
Great! The first step is to get me down from here!
Can you climb up?
I'm afraid I can't find a convenient purchase for my upper limbs.
What?
No handhold!
I'm sorry about you and Edna.
Water over the bridge! Now get me down from here!
Got anything useful on you?
Only my wallet. Oh, and this portable anti-stick, anti-stain formula. Don't!
Hang in there.
Very funny.
Mamma mia, sono un genio, mamma mia, sono un genio, tanto lo sapevo già fare. Via.
Emmett's solution. This stuff's dangerous. Hang in there.
I don't have a choice.
Ok, ho capito come si fa. Oh,
Gotcha.
Let's get out of here.
Your pants. They're stuck.
Do something before we're crushed. Ah! What are you doing?
Trust me. Hold on.
fatta.
What did you say your name was again?
Marty.
Marty? Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Tungsten. The catalyst will need to be made out of tungsten, given the temperature within the converter will no doubt be intense. We'll have to harvest the filaments from all the light bulbs in my house.
Your invention. You think you can finish it before the end of the expo?
Think? I've got to. My future depends on it.
Then let's go.
Of course, the oscillating plates will need to be calibrated precisely. Even the slightest misalignment could cause the magnetic field to fluctuate in intensity, leading to sudden shifts in polarity. The results could conceivably be catastrophic.
Who cares?
My thought exactly. Science should be messy and unpredictable, or else where's the fun of it?
Need a lift?
Mr. Sagan, got the kinks worked out of your car of the future?
Not all of them, but at least the DeLorean's mundane terrestrial functionality remains intact.
As usual, I have not the slightest idea what you're talking about. In fact, you remind me of someone I used to...
There, my dear, don't worry. I'm sure it will all turn out well in the end.
Maybe for everyone else, but I suddenly feel very much like someone who's going to be alone and unloved for a very long time. Maybe I should get a cat.
Nonsense. I can state with nearly 100% certainty that you're going to have a long and fulfilling life.
How can you know that?
I think you'll find I know almost everything worth knowing about you and young Emmett and his friends. Tell me, how much do you know about Harry Callahan?
Sonny Crockett. Dà fastidio che si scorda del mio nome. To be continued. Ok ragazzi, abbiamo finito il quarto episodio.
Let me explain it again. I realized that it wasn't Edna that made my life miserable. It was science. She used my science to turn Hill Valley into a police state. If Emmett doesn't go through with a demonstration at the expo, his dreams of being a scientist will dim just enough for Edna to step back into his life and steer him down another path.
Concluded in Outtime. Boh, lascio i titoli di coda. Noi ragazzi, intanto controllo una cosa e poi vi saluto. Io controllo sempre le cose prima. No, non dice le trasmissioni su PlayStation oggi, non si sa perché. Cioè questa qui è una live? No, non è una live. È una trasmissione salvata. Boh, bug ragazzi, bug. Comunque ragazzi, io spero che la live, anche se non c'era nessuno, e tra l'altro è crashata una maggior parte di volte, io spero vi sia piaciuta. Ovviamente manca l'ultimo episodio e poi ragazzi vabbè, io lo rifarò più volte, tanto meglio che voi lo sappiate. E prima o poi vabbè ragazzi farò una live in cui faccio tutti e 5 gli episodi in un'unica live, ovviamente. Devo decidere che giorno, però un giorno molto libero. Ecco qui ragazzi, Tedal Games, bla bla bla, Back to the Future, e noi ci vediamo alla prossima live. Ciao ragazzi.